Hey folks, quick review today of the EGO battery operated 56 volt cordless mower, 21-inch deck. This is the LM2101. It's got 5 amps or AH battery, because it's not amps. Runs up to 45 minutes. Picked it up recently, decided to go with the battery operated mower, and I did a little bit of research, looked on Consumer Reports and a few other places, and it looked like this EGO one was the best way to go. I got mine without the automatic drive because it was like $100 cheaper. Picked mine up at Home Depot, but I believe you can get it on Amazon or Best Buy, a number of other places. Lowe's, I think, may sell them as well. Just took it out here for a little bit and thought I would give some quick reactions. Surprised, it's pretty powerful compared to the gas mower. It's a lot different feel. It's not as heavy, and it almost feels like plasticky, like kind of light and hollow. It doesn't have nearly as much weight, and for being not self-propelled, I think that's a good thing because it's easier to push around. But it also makes me wonder if it's going to be sturdy enough for all the things I want to do with it. We've got like some hills, and we've got, you know, bumpy areas. I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be an issue, but that's just my reaction. Is it feels kind of light, cheap. But so far, it's working really well. Now, this is my first time using it. I'll have to update it sometime later. I'm really surprised with how well it's cutting through thick grass. Again, first time using it, sharp blades. Probably won't continue to perform quite this well as the blades dull. But I'm pretty impressed so far. This is the box that it came in. Pretty big box here. Open it up, you can see there it was folded down. I thought there was going to be a lot of assembly, but it was really quite simple. Just had to pull a couple devices out. Like there's a shield for when you don't want to do the mulch, or don't want to do the grass coming out the side, like for the mulching mode. And then there's a chute for when you do want the grass to come out. And so those were in there. And then there was a separate box for the battery, and I pulled that out. Pulled the whole thing out. Basically just unfolds, like you can see the like the handle on here. Let's see, 21-inch mower. Yeah, the handle was folded down, and I just unfolded the handle, and that was about it. Then had to charge the battery for about an hour, and it was ready to go. You can see here where I've already started mowing, and I went pretty quick. So you can see there's some mulched up grass there that probably would need raked. I might leave it there because I'm savage like that. But even on this tall grass here, I was surprised to see it doesn't leave a whole lot. There's a little bit there, so I could go over it again if I really wanted to mulch it up or rake it up, but it'll probably be sufficient for my needs on this job here. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on and let you see how it works. Real quick here, here's the mower. The battery goes in here. So to get it out, you just pop there. It's pretty hefty, 56 volt battery, and it goes down on there. Push it in place, and I think you got to push this button here to get it powered on, so it's green. Pop that down, and then you push this down and pull the handle, and it starts going. It's really quite quiet. You can see I'm just using one hand, and I was able to turn it off one hand. So here I'm going to go over this thick grass, and it's not even really slowing down on that thick stuff there. It's pretty cool. Saving a little bit of space. I'm not quite going I'm not using a full 21-inch width. Sort of just lining up the middle, because from my experience on a gas mower, I know that if you try to get too much in there, it can stall the blades. But it doesn't seem to be having any trouble. I almost kind of wonder if I just go over the whole thing. I did manage to just stall it out here now. You can see this yellow light's blinking, probably because I was trying to do too much with it. See if I can get it going again here and back over. There we go. I was trying to go over a little bit too much, too thick. I'll go back over. Probably because it's better back here too. The shade has been over all day. I'm going a little bit too fast now. It's hard to do one hand, so sort of back up. I went over some rocks a little bit ago, and a big rock actually, and it made quite a sound. It didn't seem to harm anything. That's good. I imagine if I do that too many times, I'll run into issues, but it can handle a big rock here or there. Apparently, it'll be okay. And the thing I'm just so struck by is how light this thing is. It's so easy to maneuver, which is great because, like I said, this is not the self-propelled one. I did not spring for self-propelled, and I'm just thrilled at how light it is. Also worth noting is this is my first mow since moving into this house last year. So the grass is probably a little thicker than it normally will be. I mean, you can sure even notice in a lot of these spots it's pretty thick, tufty grass. So the fact that it's only cut out once, I'm pretty happy with. And I'm not bagging or anything. I'm just pushing through it. Okay, cut out again on some more of this really tough grass. It's super wet, and that light was blinking and I couldn't get it back on, so I'm thinking you have to wait until that light goes off. Yep, here we go. So that's key. If you get the thing cut out and it won't get back on, just wait until that orange light stops. So as I'm mowing here, I'm really trying to figure out, like, does this thing perform as good as a gas mower? And there's a lot of areas where I feel like it does. I used to have a gas mower that Troy built, and it got lost in our move. We never paid in last year, and just put off buying one because just couldn't get around to it, etc. So got this LED or battery one because I felt like I really wanted to reduce my family's consumption of fossil fuels, and also one less thing to have to buy, you know. Don't have to worry about going out to get gas, which of course with kids around it's a little more dangerous. It's explosive fuel versus having a battery you can just throw in the charger. And so I feel great about my purchase because I really want to go in that direction, but I'm of course trying to evaluate, is this performing as good? Am I going to have to be making up, you know, the difference with my own energy? And you can see this grass is super tall, and it's shut down a few times here and there, but I don't know that a gas mower wouldn't have gotten clogged too. It's handling it pretty well as long as I take it easy and go slow. Red light on here. I'm not sure if that means the battery is going low. It should have a lot more time left, but maybe because I'm going over so much heavy grass, I'm gonna get less performance from my battery, which is likely the case. That's generally how batteries work on power equipment. But I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with the performance of this thing. Okay, and there's the downside of these mowers is I'm about 30 minutes in and this thing is not powering up anymore. I'm gonna pushing the button. It's trying, but then it just goes to flash red. So, and I've got a good deal of my yard left. So, you know, this could be because I've been really chomping through some heavy grass here. I mean, I'm talking, you know, 8, 9, 10 inches in some of these spots. And that's maybe just what I get for trying to go through this thick grass this way. But yeah, that's the downside. Now I'm gonna have to wait probably about an hour while this thing charges again to do any more. Of course, if I had a gas mower, I could just throw some more gas in there. You know, it probably wouldn't have run out this quick. I probably would have made it through on a full tank, on just a full tank. But that's okay. I think for me that's fine. We have a reasonably sized yard, and in the summer here in Washington, I'm not going to be mowing very much at all. It gets pretty dormant, so that's fine for me. But yeah, that's the EGO Power Mower here. I got about 30 minutes on this battery. You can buy another battery, of course that would help, but buying another battery is quite expensive. They're nearly the cost of the mower itself, which is kind of bonkers, but that's the way it goes. So it's unlikely that I'll buy a second one. If I had a second one, of course I could just pop it in and get this one charging, but since I don't, I'll just have to wait a little while. Okay, so here we go. We're all charged up and ready to go again. It didn't take an hour at all. I think it took more like 35 minutes. I went and did something else, and I wasn't paying attention to the time exactly, so I'm not sure exactly how long it was, but it was about a half hour, maybe a little bit more, and we're fully charged. Also thought I'd take a moment just to show you the charger. It has a gauge. While it's charging, these blink. Can be a little bit confusing because like at 25%, this one will just blink and that's clear, but then at 50% it goes doot doot. And then here it kind of goes in sequence, so it's a little hard to read where it is, but once you understand the pattern, it's pretty clear. So this thing just slips right on here. There's also a fan that runs while it's charging to help remove the heat so nothing overheats. And just pop this thing out, and you can also test it, I think, by pushing this thing and make sure that things are good. If there's a problem with the battery, it'll turn orange or red. I think if it's dead, it turns red. If there's a problem, it turns orange. So here we go. I'm going to pop it back into the lawnmower and finish up this lawn. Well, got through here maybe another 20 minutes or so, and this time the battery died again already. I'm not sure why it's dying so quick. Maybe because I didn't pull it off the charger, or because I didn't let it on the charger long enough. Could be that I really should have left on the full hour, even though the gauge was reading full. It may be, you know, the gauge is just not calibrated well, and it just wasn't fully charged. Although, of course, I still back here am going through some really heavy, gnarly grass. It's so tall, it's like a foot in some of these places. So I also realized that, you know, I didn't bother to adjust the lever at all, that the height of the mower, and so that was probably a big mistake too. At this point I feel like I'm kind of committed at this height, but I should probably notch it up a ways, cut, and then cut again. So yep, going to charge the battery again, adjust the height, and get back out here just to let you see what's going on here with the battery. There's the gauge at 25%. It's probably less than 25%. I imagine that's why it's red. When it gets a little higher, I guess it'll start doing its green blinking thing. You can hear the fan running, keeping everything from overheating. It'll just cool down a little bit. Okay, back out here, day 2. I raised the mower deck. It was on 1 before, so that, you know, partly was big time my bad. And I raised it up to 6, and like I said, the grass was super long in a lot of these areas here. So hopefully raising it up, if I go over everything on 6, it might be good enough for me. If not, at least I should have enough battery left. I can drop it down a little bit and go over it again. But here we go. I'll just show you here too real quick. You can see there's a handle here, and all you got to do to raise and lower it is push this handle out. You can see it's so light I can do it with one hand. So I put it on 6, gets me several inches of clearance underneath there, and got a decent amount of the backyard here left. So let's see how it goes. Yep, there it is. Finished her up here. Okay, I feel sort of dumb, honestly. 15 minutes went by between starting the finishing here, less than 15 minutes. I started at 3:15, 3:28 here. Clearly I was mowing too low yesterday. I feel like kind of a dummy. It's okay. You know, you live and learn. It's a brand new mower. I'm not used to it, but now I know. Mowing on 3 is perfect for, I think, what I want to get with this yard. It leaves it feeling nice and plush still, and it's not too high. Mowing at 1 was just too far down. That's why I was getting so much stalling and battery. Of course, you know, I think the difference between electric mower like this and a gas mower, you know, with a gas mower, when you're pulling to get it restarted, you're putting some of that energy in with your elbow grease. You know, that kinetic energy when you pull every time to get the blades going. But with this electric one, every time you have to restart it, especially if it's chomped up with a bunch of grass under there, it's using the battery's energy to restart it. So that takes a much bigger hit on your fuel with electric than it would with a traditional gasoline mower. So lesson learned there. Next time I'll probably just keep it on 3 for going forward. If it ever gets super long, I might even bump it up to 4 to mow it, but honestly keeping it on 3 seems great even for the super long stuff. So there it is. I'm pretty happy with the mower. I mean, it's funny, you know, I thought this experience would be a little bit different, and it turned out that I just had to learn something. The performance of the mower itself I'm really happy with. If you're looking for an experience that's more like a traditional one, stick with gasoline. There definitely are some things to get used to here with the electric mower. For me, it's worth it for, you know, the value of contributing to reducing our dependence on non-renewable energy, and also simply for the convenience of not having to deal with gasoline, the safety benefit. I can't recall if it's quite equivalent in price. I think they might be a little bit more, but it was pretty competitive. And with this thing, I will say I'm happy that I didn't get the self-drive. I mean, I like to get a little bit more of a workout while I'm mowing anyway. So getting something that simply is pushable, because this thing is so light, it's not a big deal for me. I'm also a pretty big guy, about 6'4" and 250 pounds, so moving it around is not a big deal. If you're smaller, if you're less comfortable pushing around heavy objects, you might consider the self-propelled version. So there it is. That's my experience with my initial experience with the EGO Power Drive mower, and I'll try to update again here maybe in a few months after I've used it quite a bit more, and tell you what my thoughts are at that point. Hope you've enjoyed it and hope it's been helpful. Feel free to, I'll put a link to the mower in the description below. If you're interested, follow the link through and check it out. Thanks, bye. Okay, it's a new day. Several weeks have gone since I made that original video. The grass has been mowed once. Ashley did that one time. And so here I am, I'm gonna do the grass today again, and figured I would go ahead and see this time, now that I'm used to using the mower and know how to use it. I've got it set on 3, and the grass is at a reasonable length, about how long it takes me today, and if I have to go through more than one battery. And then we'll give you a final update here. And just so you can see, I'll show you what the grass looks like. So here's kind of how the grass is looking right now. There's my dad on the bench over there. Dad, say hi.
Hi over there.
So we're gonna do this area here, and then back around the house on the back side, and see how long it takes. Okay, just finished. Great news. I was able to get through the entire lawn in one mow without charging this time. That was fantastic. I even went up and down a little bit between 2 and 3, depending on some areas where it was already a little bit lower, and I thought I might as well go down a little bit more. But yeah, I'm thrilled with this mower, I have to say. The EGO Power Mower. Let me see how long it took here. 30 minutes, 39 seconds. I set a timer, so it took me exactly 30 minutes to do my lawn. That's awesome. The first time it took a lot longer, but I must assume now that that was because I had such a long grass. I mean, it was really ridiculous. Hadn't mowed at all since we moved in here last year. Yeah, beautiful day to be out mowing. I'll show you around here real quick, just so you can see kind of what everything, looks like mowed. Yeah, so I mowed all the way from up there, up over the hill, down here, backyard. All in all, I think we got maybe, gee, I don't even know. I have no idea what our acreage is, like close to an acre. I don't know, something like that, a little under an acre. So, yeah, all right. Well, I hope this was helpful for you in deciding whether or not the EGO Power Mower is a good fit for your use. I'm going to keep using it. And yeah, happy trails and happy clippings.